And it's going to look horrible that I'm drinking and recording, but it is currently 1:45 in the morning, and we are, hey, it's 1:45 in the morning, and we're recording episode 145 of the Keep Grinding podcast, and I want to, oh man, so I can't hear myself. Just got done with the gig. You don't see the uplighting because, hey, my producer's not here. I'm doing a solo podcast. This podcast means a lot to me, and it's only right that I continue doing my and why? What do you mean continue doing it? Because you know what? In less than 24 hours, I will be in the air on my way to my honeymoon in Mexico. So I told myself I need to drop a podcast while I'm gone. I want to do it every week, and how the hell am I gonna have a podcast and just be consistent for 2 weeks? Right? That's not at all being consistent with the grind and talking about what we're doing. And again, yeah, I'm kind of tired, so I'm drinking a soda at 1:45 a.m., which I know it's horrible for the look of the podcast. But hey, I don't have my guest. I don't have my producer here. I'm solo dolo. Every 30 minutes, I got to get up and make sure this camera's off and start it over again. But it really means a lot to me to make sure this continuity continues with the podcast. Again, welcome to episode 145 of the Keep Grinding podcast. I am your host, Ernie C. the Gap Tooth Genius, and I wanted to. I guess let's explain why we're calling this Keep Grinding the podcast. We have a lot of questions. We actually do have a lot of questions for this. I'll be speaking to myself. I haven't done a solo pod in forever, but it's like riding a bike. You never really forget how to do it. I did several podcasts. If you listen to the old podcast from the STS days, I did a lot of podcasts solo dolo. So this is not foreign to me. This is something I could do. I just really want our guests to be on here so I don't have to talk to myself doing this. But I'm sure you guys don't mind. You guys already see me at my damn. My gasoline tanks is on fumes right now. It's really the lights on. But why at 1:45 a.m.? Why now? Because again, I just got out of a DJ gig. Shout out to Taft, California. Shout out. I know it's Jasmine and Russell. The Gilbertsons. Shout out to the Gilbertsons. I just got done doing their wedding. Hell of a wedding. Hell of a night. And I knew the grind of getting back to town and unloading all my equipment because tomorrow morning we're going to be at Martin's Meats for the Sunday set at the farmers market in Hagen Oaks. So I knew I had to do a podcast. And again, why the change from the STS to the Keep Grinding? That's my first question I want to explain. No one asked me that. That's my first question I get all the time. And look at this. Look at that beautiful logo. So simple, but we know what it is already. You see the Keep Grinding brand is something that we all can live by. We all have a grind in our own way. Some of it's life and death, honestly. Some of it's if you do not continue to grind, if you don't continue to work hard, if you don't stay focused, you're not going to make it. A lot of people don't understand the pressure that goes into the grind. A lot of people, I'm not a parent, but I'm sure there's so many of my friends and family, if they don't grind, how are their kids going to eat? As coaches, as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as local businesses, as we're our own employees. Keep grinding is the only way we keep going. And I could not sell the STS podcast. You guys seen the logo? It's flies on shit with that's in the middle of this. It's in the middle of oh man, I can't even say it. Not a bullseye. The scope, the middle of a scope. It's to shoot the shit, and it was great for what it did. It was really awesome. I really loved the guest on there, the memories, the podcasting life. Something I love to do. I don't do this because I'm getting rich. I don't do this because I want people to see me on a fucking camera. This is horrible too. Haven't done a face-to-face camera. This is the first time I've ever done a camera solo podcast. I hate it, but this is part of the grind. This is part of life. I got to get over it, right? This is what I want to do. But keep grinding. Something I came up with the DJ brand. And I'm so grateful for the DJ life. The DJ life has laid the foundation for everything that we want to do with Keep Grinding. We're blessed to have a brand that's pushed by my DJ company. And I always say R. I know it's always me and my wife, but I always say R package. R. But it's really me because I hate saying my stuff. Mine. This is mine. This is mine. This is mine. I've never been a me guy. So when I say our package, it's really my package, my brand. Um, it's really it's a blessing to have everything under one umbrella. And I was pushing so many things at one time. It's like I have to make everything. I have to make everything make sense as in I gotta push everything. So, but it's all under one umbrella. The DJ company is an extension of Keep Grinding, just the shirts, the merch, but now the podcast, the message. So yeah, that's why we switched it. It was just it's hard to push several brands at one time. How can I push? Even when you're wearing a Keep Grinding shirt, you only got to represent a grind. You got to maybe you're just a fan of the podcast. When you want to rep the pod, and I'm cool with that. I'm really happy about that. I'm really the support that we've had that I had again. It was the support that I have is a blessing. It's very it's organic. Nothing's really forced. Everything you see is what we want to do. Shout out to all the boxers at Ambitious Boxing Academy. Shout out to everybody who's purchased merch and who continues to purchase merch. We have more merch coming, more mock-ups are being done. We have so much we want to do. This is just the beginning. It's just it's the journey. It's the grind. It's whatever happens, and I'm blessed to be able to try to navigate this camera and try to navigate this podcast. Just put more eyes on our brand, on my brand, because this keep grinding journey, this keep grinding story, this keep grinding phrase can apply to people in so many ways, countless. You can't even. Everybody has a grind. Every day we wake up, we're not just gonna. What's our reason? What's the grind like? Even if you hate the grind, you're on the grind, and we have different ways of doing that. So I want to keep representing that, and it really means a lot to me to continue having podcasts, even when we're about to go on this honeymoon with my wife. I know we'll be gone for a couple of days, but I wanted to have a podcast so we could push that, and we're not missing weeks. It's really consistency is like the most important thing in potting. It's the most consistent. It's the most important thing in life is consistency. It's I cannot miss a week, and that's why again I'll do a solo pod. You can see my damn face all tired. What is it now? We're at 1:53 in the morning. We're 8 minutes in, and I wanted to, I asked the people, I asked my friends, the people, the listeners. Let me get a sip. About some questions they had for the podcast so I could just ramble and talk to myself like I'm a crazy man. And let me see. Let's see what the first one is. Who is your biggest inspiration and what you took from them and made it your own? I'm sure that's what he said. My guy Abe. Shout out to my guy Abe. Big supporter of Keep Grinding. My biggest inspiration. But would I be a smart ass to say I don't want to be broke ever again? Being broke sucks. That's kind of my biggest inspiration. But in life, I guess seriously, it's a serious question. My biggest inspiration is just not to be where I used to be at. I think if you guys really know my stories, I learned a lot of things the hard way, and my biggest inspiration is never to go back to that. My biggest inspiration is to continue to overcome self-inflicted wounds that I've laid upon myself the last 10 years. I'm 34 now. It's not like I'm a young buck anymore. And just to make sure I never make mistakes like that again and make sure the L's are not losses, they're lessons, right? And my biggest inspiration now, of course, is my wife. Like she inspires me to always do well. Even before we met each other, I think I've already made the correction in my life to go on the right path and knew that what I wanted to do. But she's still the biggest inspiration in my life because she continues to show me that the journey that we're on is not the best is not yet to be seen. The best is still yet to come. That's the inspiration to keep going and keep grinding to see how this journey turns out, to see how it unfolds, to see there's going to be downs, there's going to be ups and downs, you know. But that's my biggest inspiration. When like I was just telling my guy Rob, shout out to my guy Rob and my guy Donis for coming on the first two podcasts too, man. I appreciate that so much. They're my friends, but just to come on the pod, and they're not the big, like they're just like me, and we're in front of this camera, and it's nerve wracking at times. It gives me a little anxiety, just to be able to talk on the pod. But then once we get to talking, it's just like what you guys don't see in real life. You know, we have conversations all the time via phone, text, and person. This is what we've been doing for years. So again, just inspiration. I took, for my wife, just that grind and that the journey's always there. But I learned from a lot of people. I learned a long time ago the smartest man in the room knows he's not the smartest man in the room, and I apply that to my life because I'm not the smartest person in my life. I was able to be mentored and really nurtured by people who gave a fuck about me and who gave a fuck about my decisions, and if I was messing up or if I was doing well, they always kept me leveled. You know, my guy like Gil, Donez, Chooks, Jay, my friends Angel, Mike, Rob, Dom, my brother, my dad, my grandpas, my uncles, my cousins, a little bit of everything. Honestly, everybody has a little bit. I have a little bit of knowledge from everybody that I come across. That's how I use it every day. So that's my biggest inspiration. Let's see, my mother. Oh God, she wanted to talk about my allergies. My allergies are doing great. Make sure y'all use that Flonase. Good Lord. How old we're getting. Um, how old we're getting. It's nights like this too, where you could really you could really just be like down a little and more achy now because I'm 34 years old, right? The days go by faster, and you realize that time is still on your side, but how many days can you really waste at 34 years old? You know, every movie you make has to be a little more calculated. I think everything needs to be, it has to mean something. I think the older we get, I don't know if y'all agree with me on this, but the older we get, the more valuable time is. Because I don't know if time is just time flies by, but we know that we don't get a lot of it. We don't get any of it back. So it's like, what are we gonna waste our energy on? What are we gonna spend time on? What are we gonna give our time to? Time is more valuable than any iPhone, any type of currency that we may cherish. Time is an invaluable asset, and it's a limited asset. We don't have an infinite amount of time. You know, it could be 80 more years. It could be only 2 more hours. You guys probably won't even see this. Something could happen in the middle of the night. You know, I think shout out to my grandmother. How old we're getting makes me realize that, like I said, time is the most valuable asset and currency in our life. It's not infinite. It's limited, and it's the most valuable thing. And everything I'm doing has to make sense. Especially that I need to. Everything I love doing, everything's passion work. Everything I love doing, I don't ever want to be forced to do something I hate. And I know that's like maybe some people that's an unrealistic thing to say in life, but I could honestly say that I already did kind of what I hated to do in life, and that's how I learned the lessons I've taken. Like, I gotta do what makes me happy. At the end of the day, I gotta do things that don't feel like work. Another thing with the pod is I get to spend more time with my nephew. I get to spend time with my friends. I get to spend time with people I want to talk to and who give a fuck about the podcast and who care about the brand. And, maybe hopefully my brand can help them with their brand and their brand can help me with my brand. I think that's a decent trade off. I think that's something that's it's necessary, and we can spotlight each other's works and we'll see how it goes, But yeah, that's how I feel about how old we're getting. Life, work, and education. I guess like honestly, life and education is great. I love it because you get to see kids that, especially where my alma mater's at. I came from my alma mater and I work in my alma mater. These kids are what I was and what my friends were growing up. They are us in a weird way because they're from exactly where we came from, and That part of it's great. That everything there's no that every aspect of it is great. Um, but that's life work and education. I don't know if it's about coaching. Coaching's a whole different beast because I've always had a love hate thing with coaching. I love impacting the game. I love impacting our student athletes. I love impacting the coaching staff. I love making sure that we're always doing the right thing. And we love making sure. I love the unknown. I guess you could say we don't know what's going to happen. The part I hate about it is just kind of the downs. There's a lot of downs in sport. There's times where we don't have the answer to everything. There's times where we doubt ourselves. We doubt our journey. We doubt the how we're going to get to the destination. It's always the what if, and if you're making a mistake, it's costly. Especially how much we love the game as a coach. And I'm not the head coach anymore, but when you are as involved as I am, you kind of say, well, fuck it, let's see what happens. But I know how I'm the biggest doubter of myself. I always, like, man, am I giving the right advice? Am I really pushing the issue on things I need to push the issue on? That does kind of suck because I am my worst critic when it comes to that type of stuff. But no, it's good. I think again, life work and education is something I really want to pursue, and hopefully, I graduate May 10th with my bachelor's degree from Fresno Pacific University, and I want to continue my career. I got to get my credential, I just enrolled in my master's program, and the best times are yet to come. I haven't even scratched the surface in my education career, and I hope I could do something. I hope I could land at a spot that I provide value to, and they value me, and that's all we wish for, honestly. Just to be valued, and hopefully you're contributing in a positive way on the campus and in our kids' lives and these students' lives, and remember, and hopefully they look back in 10 years and say, "Damn, that motherfucker right there gave a damn about me," and you're seeing a positive light, and that's kind of the way I look at it. How does it feel having all these businesses? And are any kids coming? Any kids coming? I'm sure they are. When can't tell you. Um, I know my wife and I really enjoy the life we live right now. We've just been married 2.5 months probably. Kids are something that we discuss. We do, but we really enjoy this life right now, and we have so much things we want to do before we start bringing in children into this world, to this cruel world, right? It's such a crazy world out here. Um, but no, one day it's gonna happen for sure. An EC4 is gonna come around, or our daughter's gonna come around, and I'm sure we'll be great parents, and it'll be life changing. It's another responsibility that will change my life forever. But I'm sure we are ready for that. But when, I can't tell you. I just know what we got, what we're focused on, and it'll be fun. And how does it feel to have these businesses? It feels great. I'm lucky. Like I just said, I'm really lucky to be able to pursue things that I'm passionate about. Um, with the vending machine business, that's fun. I've always was I'm like when I was a kid, I remember always looking at vending machines and said, "Damn, how do they fill those things up? How do you make money off of those?" So to have a couple vending machines and a couple candy machines, it's pretty cool. Like I haven't made a million yet, so that's just the grind. Um, keep grinding the brand uh, with the podcast and the clothing. I think we do more of that for the exposure. Keep grinding. I really don't do it for the profit, if that makes sense. Because to make shirts and get shirts done, you're handing out a lot of free shit, which is fine. Because I think the more shirts we get out there, the more people are gonna be like, "Damn, where'd you get that at? I want to buy one." So I've never really looked at the bottom line, which I probably should do better. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I oh, I want to get that exposure no matter what. Um, there's some things that money just can't buy, and that's some good exposure. And when you have athletes like the kids at the boxing gym just wearing the keep grinding merch, it gets that brand seen by a lot more people than just the ones who just buy it. When you're giving it out to these sponsoring these athletes, um, it shows that we really support the community. We support the youth and what they have going on, and we're just here to help them along their journey. EC shots. I don't know if I really consider that a business. I'm amateur at best. a novice at best with the videography and the photography. But I'm just kind of, like I said, I'm just trying to see I'm just trying to capture what my eye sees. And I've been paid for a couple gigs, I guess you could say. Well, I guess I've been compensated for these gigs that I've been doing. So I don't know if that considers me a professional. They say if you get paid for anything that you do and love, you're a professional. But I feel like I'm a novice at best, an amateur. But I'm still learning every day, and I want to continue learning with the photography and the videography. The DJ business is my baby. That's my bread and butter. That's what I really, really want to get better at and be the best at. I love music. I can't. The podcast won't do it justice to tell you guys how much I love the music game and how much, excuse me, how much it's provided for me and my family. It's worth the late nights. It's worth the ears ringing. It's worth the headaches at times. But when you like today, even for the Gilbertsons, there's nothing like being one of the main reasons why people are going to remember their wedding nights for the rest of their lives. And what DJing has provided for me things I've never thought I'll have. And it hasn't been easy. People just think you play music and you set up. Like, no, it's been some of the hardest things, the hardest grind in my life. But I'm glad I'm a people's person. I like to negotiate. I like to talk to my clients. I like to stay busy. I've always wanted to be a businessman. It's in my blood, and DJing has made me my own brand. Has made me think again. Has brought me things that I've never thought I'd be able to get, and it's provided for me. It's really helped me out a lot. So no, I feel it's how does it feel to have all the businesses? Um, Blessed. It's stressful, but it's supposed to be stressful when you're doing it yourself. You're supposed to be stressed out in a good way though. I feel like there's bad stress and there's good stress. I feel like all the business stuff is good stress. Bad stress is the bullshit. And I don't have a lot of bullshit because I do everything myself. I try to eliminate the bullshit, man. Like if anybody's bringing bullshit to the table, it's me. But I'm really on it. I think I double booked one time um, in my whole DJ life ever. Uh, I feel like I do the best job I can. I know people. I think people feel that energy and that passion, and like there's a there's a there's a light switch that goes off when you're DJing. I can never try to mimic it right now for you guys 'cause I'm so fucking tired. But when I'm locked in, I'm locked in. It's DJ EC3. It's not Ernie C, the Gap Tooth Genius. It's not Ernesto. It's me and that board and that controller, and try to stay in this key and try to get these blends right. Try to read the room. Mentally it's draining, but man, there's no better rush than that. Again, maybe that's why we're up right now doing this pod because there is no it's a come down period. You got to and people when you on, you know what I mean? And when you get down, that come down is no joke. It's the same thing. It's a come down right now. It's a come down period, and I love it. I really do. What else do I want? What else am I pursuing? I guess business wise, right? Let's see. Let's see. Pod shirts. Cool. 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 Okay. I know we had a couple more questions. Let's get this here. Let me see. I want to look at this here. 1 minute. Hold on. Let me see. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing this live on this thing live. Don't use. Hold on. 1 minute. Let me get this up. Excuse me. And my phone always wants to be my damn microphone, dude. Always wants to be my microphone. Okay, I think I got it done now. Okay, let's see. I think we already talked about the accomplishments thus far. Very proud, very proud. May 10th, graduating with my bachelor's degree. Took me 14 years to get my bachelor's degree. There's no bullshit, yo. No bullshit. No. Hey, but I'm proud of it, though. You do it. That's the way I look at it. Like, I never quit. I have no quit in my bones. I have no quit in my bones. And, that's just part of the journey, though. Like I don't sit back, but but I think being comfortable is like the most. It's the worst thing you could do to yourself is be comfortable and be like content and be like, oh, now I can sit back and just let it all unravel. And like that's not the way I operate. Maybe some people have it blessed to do that, but me, it's like we have so much more we want to do, and I'm not satisfied. It's not an end game for me, and I think that's what it is, you know. Okay, now we're back. So we got another question discussing the five most influential people in your life or the five events in your life that made you who you are. Oh man, God, I hope people don't watch this podcast that much. Because damn, I'm gonna go five people. Because if I go five events, I don't even want to get into that because people. Oh man, not that I give a fuck what people think. It's just I don't want to continue to. My past life was not the best, you know, and I made it out all right. But I just don't want to talk about how being sober and all that shit. Like I made those are all self-inflicted wounds and like my childhood and all that stuff. I don't want to get into that on a podcast. I'll say that for therapy. Five most influential people in my life. Let's go. Man, I don't like dead air. Let me see. Five of the most influential people in my life who influenced me. I would definitely say my boy Gilbert. Gilbert's he was my parents' best friend, my dad's best friend since back in the day. I have a picture of Gilbert when he held me out. Like I was like a 1 year old kid. So Gil has been with me for a lot of my ups and downs. Influential, as in he's Gil definitely does not speak without knowing what he's saying to you. He's really I don't know if but to me he's a really deep thinker. He knows what to say, but he takes his time with his words. Gil's never gonna just say some shit. Okay, and just it has no meaning to it. He never, like my grandma says, nothing from the teeth out. Everything from Gilbert's always been hard out. And excuse me, the older I get, the more I realize that aspect of it is what I really love about him. He influences me to be a better listener, and I see that now with my nephew and with my basketball players and with people who are younger than me. Who I really I don't have a lot of little homies because that's just not the type of crowd I'm around anymore. But people who do, wish to have my advice, I just think about that, just being influential, just thinking before I say something and making sure whatever I say is from the heart out. And I really mean it. It's a sincere thing. And Gil really influences me on that. Again, great listener. I've called the man crying for great things and for bad, things that have hurt me. He's always had an answer for me too. That's another thing I strive to. I hope when it's my time to give advice to younger my younger inner circle, because I'm one of the youngest in our circle. So I hope when it's my time, I could be that person where I could give you the best advice based off of my life experiences. That's being a role model. Number two, biggest influence in my life, my wife. I think I just went. I talked about that in the beginning of the podcast, but influence as in love. Like it's such a beautiful thing to be in love and to be happy in love, and just God, it's scary at times too because it's like, damn, this is what it is. Do I deserve it? Is it why me? And it's like, damn, because I've always felt like I fucked up a lot of my life, but uh, I just learned their lessons, right? Like people, no one's perfect. Everybody's gonna fall, and we all fall in our own ways. So now that I've been blessed with a very strong woman to hold me up during times, and because there's times too, like I just need to get a kick in my ass sometimes, and just I still need that, I'm still learning this whole thing. So my wife is definitely an influential person. She influences me to always to be at my best and accept that not everything's always going to work out, and sometimes we don't know what's going to happen in life. and to be more. And she's so understanding. She's so understanding. She gets it, and it's like she gets me, and she gets what I'm trying to say at times where I can't figure it out. What I'm trying to say, she knows the right thing. She knows me though too, and some things I don't want to hear. Right, fellas? Like our wives always have the answer, and she always has the answer. She's my best friend. She's very influential in everything I do because it's about her and about taking care of her and taking care of us. And she's my number one priority and my best friend. So I would definitely say, I guess we're not doing this in order, but she's definitely the most influential person in my life. Third, number three. Let me see. I'm listening. Number three. Most influential person in my life. And I'm thinking about the word influence, to influence me. Donez is definitely an influential person in my life. Um, the older I get now, it's like, damn, I am so lucky to have these people in my life. It's like, oh my, I would be a lost cause. God, I'm not gonna get emotional on the damn podcast, but um, the older you get, the more lucky you see, the more you see how much people care about you and how lucky you are. Because I know a lot of people don't have these influences. Donuts has been, and it's we've been, and I think another thing in the podcast too. We're talking about this. We know each other for so long, and now the last 5 years has kind of surpassed that. But because it's more life stuff, it's more, and it's hard to even say that because he helped me out so much when I was younger. But it's more meaningful now because I know time's not gonna, we're not gonna be here forever, and one day I'm not gonna have a Donez or a Gil around, and I'm gonna be on my own. And it's like, damn, I want to take as much as I can from him now, the advice and the just the good times and the bad times too. Because sometimes just, we again the bad times is in we're in the grind of coaching. We're in the ditch. We're in the trenches with coaching. It's not always this big old glory show that you see, because and it's not a bad thing. It's just not everything goes the way we plan, and I'm and he influences me because he's so honest. And he's always. And I think right now the biggest thing that always lays in my head with him or stays in my head in my mind is we're too old to bullshit. We're not wasting our time with dumb shit anymore. We're gonna say how we feel, and we're gonna spend time on what we want to spend time on, and you know, oh well, however you feel is how you feel. Oh well, and I've learned that a lot the last couple of years. It's like very influential, man. He's like a big brother, but a father figure. Number four influential person in my life is my Dr. Raymond for sure. That man has, and I was so young when he passed away. I was 20 years old. My doctor passed away. Um, when I can drink this shit no more. I was so young when my grandpa passed away. I was only 20 years old, but damn, the uh, the influence he had on me is still unraveling before my eyes. I'm still peeling layers back because I think I understand something, but it's kind of like music. You listen to it at different points in your life and it means something else or it means something more. That's how my Dr. Raymond's advice, now that I look back on it, it means a lot more to me now because he was always the first to say, take care of your family, take care of your brother and sister, take care of your mom. And now that I'm 34 years old. I'm the oldest. And I have my nephews and nieces, and it's like, damn, I know what he was saying, and it's a whole different meaning now that I'm older and I have a wife and we have our home. It's like I knew like a family man. You're rich in family. Like we may not be rich with currency, but we're rich with family, and I get a whole different sense of that. The older I get, it changes. Like it changes and not in a bad way. Just it morphs. It's evolving, and it's stuff like I'll never forget him. So he was very influential. He's still influential in my life, and time flies. He passed away April 4th, 2011. Man, that was 14 years ago, and man, I used to always kind of like post that type of shit too, like another year without you. But there is a point where you just gotta remember it to you. You just gotta remember it now to yourself. You just gotta. I just think to. I just use it, and I keep it to myself now. But I don't forget. I never forget April 4th, 2011. Time flies though. Time flies, and it's kind of it bums me out a little bit too. And I'm sure you guys have all thought, especially those who have had people pass away that you love really young or younger. I was 20 years old, 20 years with my grandpa. I know some people who haven't had 3 years with their grandpa, and I still have my other three grandparents. I'm 34, so I'm a really lucky man. Um, he only had me. I only had him for 20 years, and he only knew me as a 20. He only seen me grow into a 20-year-old kid. I was just a kid when he passed away, So now that I'm a 34-year-old man, he doesn't even know me as a man, and that's kind of like, damn, that makes me sad, Because I wish he did. I wish he did, but I hope if he did live long enough to see me become the man I am now, that he would be very proud of me and very happy with the way everything turned out and continuing to go. Another influential person in my life. I'm thinking like, man, who influences me? Because I keep a really small circle of people I listen to. Because I'm like, fuck this. I don't listen to everybody. Everybody I come across, like, dude, I will not. Let me see. Influential person who influences me, who makes me. It's very hard. It's very hard. I want to stay with the four because there's a lot more people I could put, but there's also ways that there's people in my life I just don't want to be like, and that influenced me to be a better person. Can I throw that out there? If I guess the fifth thing would be the people that I love, but who influence me not to make the same decisions and mistakes they made, and it's a big turnoff when you have to deal with that bullshit. So I guess the fifth person is everybody who makes me say, "Damn, I'm glad I didn't come out like that," or "Damn, that's not the way I want to do things," and I want to try to not make better decisions because who am I better than nobody? I want to make different decisions than people around me. So everybody who's made different decisions that I would make in life, that's my fifth influence. So that was a good little topic right there. That was Miss Wright. That was a good topic. Hold on, let me see here. Let's see. Man, how you came to this point in your career? I guess we could just talk about real fast. DJing. I got started DJing when I was like 16 years old. Shout out to my guy DJ Bass. He taught me that music is so much fun, and I always was in love with hip hop. So that's another pod we could talk about. But DJing, I just really got into it one day. One of my first gigs was at my homegirl Carissa's backyard, and I remember my boy Angel and my brother helped me carry this Pioneer set, all analog with an amp, and we connected to a damn laptop with virtual DJ. And ever since then, it's been on. I always had a knack for music and what kind of was. I have the ear. I don't care what anybody says. I got the ear. I know when a hit is a hit. I could not listen to rap music for, well, at least the new shit for years. But if I hear something that's a hit, I know what a hit is. It doesn't even matter the genre. But then I guess professionally, the last 8 years, I guess being booked. I've been booked for 8 years, like consistently. Maybe not every weekend, but it's at the point now where I'm not desperate for a gig. So that's a blessing too, because there was one time I was like, damn, I'll do anything if you just give me a chance to prove myself. And I'm still wanting to prove myself every weekend. I'm not saying that, but it was out of desperation. Like I would undercut myself. I wouldn't utilize the value of myself. I wouldn't value my work. I wouldn't value my craft. I guess we'll just go into the podcast. I love the pods. I've always loved podcasting. I've always loved talking. I loved always getting to know people. And wrestling, man, I want to talk wrestling so bad, but I want to save it for the next podcast. I think we're gonna have Donas on or my guy Cueto. I haven't asked Cueto yet. Shout out to my guy Cueto. I need to get WrestleMania's around the corner. Big WrestleMania. We need a whole podcast to talk about that. And Yeah, man, episode 145. This is the Keep Grinding podcast. I am your host, Ernesto Contreras III. It is, damn, 2:35. 2:35. Potting at 2:35 is going to be the title of this damn podcast. So, yeah, man, I'm about to go on this honeymoon. I want to have some fun with I'm gonna have some fun going, spending some well needed time with my wife, away from all this shit that we got going on, away from the grind for a week. Is that okay? But I wanted to leave you guys something just to hopefully listen to. If you guys don't want to watch it, I want to watch me on the damn camera either. I am not funny. I am not entertaining. I'm not an eye candy to look at. But the podcast really means a lot to me. I really wanted to stay consistent with it, and I wanted to drop something that just in the meantime until I get back into town. And I'm really excited to spend this time with my wife. It's our honeymoon. We're really excited for it. We get this whole week in Mexico, and man, I can't wait. And this is gonna be a great week. I'm dead ass tired. I know I look like I'm not enjoying. I really am enjoying this, but I had some caffeine, had this adrenaline rush I got going on, and man, it sucks not having a podcast guest, but I'm here. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast today. It's short, but it's sweet. It's episode 145, potting at 2:45. I said at 2:35. Whatever time I said, we're going to put it as that. And I'm Ernie C., the Gap Tooth Genius. Follow us. Keep grinding the podcast. Keep grinding the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you find your podcast. Ernie C., the Gap Tooth Genius, and we out.